Yeah, it's interesting. When I was interviewing Don the dealer, he said that as he was doing this thing with Cassie, Diddy be like off in the corner, like Harlem shaking, to be like, "Yeah, do it, King. Give it to her, King." Like,
By 20, well, like the second, third, fourth time, it was more so of like it was a hype mode. Like, how many times you got Diddy in the back? Go ahead, King. Do it. I'm like in my head, like, yeah. That's a shiny suit, man. Like, I'm about to go
was he
off.
Harlem shaking while you were doing
like Harlem
your thing?
Shake, little Diddy bop.
Was he really doing that?
He's in the kitchen. He will dance. Like, he was in the kitchen like this.
So he's really Harlem shaking. Okay,
he was like,
I
all
got
right,
it.
King. I'm like, all right. I don't think he remembered my name at that point. All right, King.
That was the actual dialogue. Like,
and look,
like,
bro,
I didn't need to know that, but now I know it, unfortunately.
I mean, listen, we live in a world where the impossible is possible. What you think is not happening is happening somewhere, right? So
let me tell you something. One of the male escorts, I'm not going to say who because there's an off-the-record conversation, told me that he was hired by an A-list female, Hollywood female, to have sex with her while her husband watched.
Listen,
everyone knows this person's name. You want to go on camera? I'm not going to say it on camera.
I've had people approach me and say, hey, we have 25 grand, 50 grand. The highest was 70 or 80 grand for Ray J to have sex with my wife, but I have to watch. I swear they approached me like straight up.
What did Ray J say?
What? I think the first time I took it to him was the 50 grand one.
Okay.
I said, bro, dudes wants you to have sex with his wife. Ray J said, oh, I done had sex with a bunch of people's wives. I'm with that. I said, but he wants to watch. He said, no go.
Yeah.
No go. Right? So, it like, especially when it comes to that world, like I've learned so much talking to people on Clubhouse. Like I didn't know what like a sub was and BDSM.
Cuckold.
I just learned that.
No, listen.
I didn't know what none of these things were.
One of the escorts told me that he has done the cuckold thing for like 4 different couples, and they were all super rich. Super rich. This is apparently like a rich couple thing. Not my thing, mind you. But he said that these are not all famous people. These are people that own like big car dealerships, own these big companies and whatever else, and they just want to see their wife get smashed. I guess, man, I don't know. It makes no sense whatsoever.
I'm not going to be a hypocrite because everybody has their thing.
That's just a very
with their significant
thing.
Other.
But it's
it's odd. But you might be doing something that they think is odd, right?
Fair enough.
So, me personally, I kind of keep mine restricted to her, and I think our limit is another her. But I don't believe in sword fight. It's no sword fights in the room with me. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And really it gets to a point, I think it's really, your significant other gotta be all that anyway. That gotta be like at her beck and call, her decision making. You get to saying, hey, this is what I want, hey. You get to calling people and like I would not dare attempt to set something up and then tell her about it. That's a conversation you have with her, and then you let her orchestrate that or figure that out when she wants to. I'm not gonna even tell you next week, this month. You let her determine when she wants to do that. But the thing Diddy was doing, dude was like on some drill sergeant shit, like, cause the Punisher was like, it was hard for him to get off because dude is barking commands and switch, flip, do this, do that. And that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You know Diddy did a couple spin moves.
Yo, listen.
Dance moves.
At one point, Jane Doe said on the stand that 95% of the times they had sex involved another man. 95%. Which makes me think that maybe Diddy's like impotent and like can't get off himself. So he like enjoys watching men who actually can do it. But 95%, okay, listen, we're gonna do something freaky tonight. I mean, not my thing, but listen, I had a girl that was into threesomes with other women. We had threesomes, foursomes. She was cool. She liked to watch me have sex with another woman. She liked it. It didn't change our relationship at all. But it wasn't something we did 95% of the time.
Yeah.
Maybe 5% at most, probably less than that.
I'm with you.
95%? That means out of 100 times you have sex, 5 of those times it's just you and her.
I don't know. I wouldn't say he was impotent because at this point, they would have said that.
Well, but none of
the women would have said
okay,
that.
I see. Well, yeah, I mean.
Bro, they said that he was calling them into the other room.
Yeah.
And telling them to take the fluids from the other individual and rub her on his chest. So if they said that, I was kind of waiting to hear, hoping I didn't hear that they flipped, like, something going on with Diddy and the man. I didn't know what happened, but we didn't hear that.
All 3 men said that Diddy did not get close to them, did not try to touch them. One of the dudes asked, Diddy asked to do a threesome with her and Jane Doe. He said no. They said, okay, no problem.
So he didn't want Diddy involved?
That guy did not want Diddy involved. That was the first time I heard about a threesome, because every other time, but Diddy would the dudes would bust on the girl, then Diddy would have sex with the cum still on the stomach, and it's just, I
think
know,
he was in, he was in.
I don't
and
know.
I'm going to be real, I feel for the other individual, straight up, we ain't going to say his name, but that's tied to the Jane Doe, and I'm going to tell you why I feel for that individual. Not that today he's not mentally strong enough to handle it, but us kind of watching how he moves, the fact that he chose to put a baby in this individual, I don't think he had any idea that side of her existed.
Well, I don't think
you know what I'm saying, because he wouldn't have subject.
Well, okay, but to be fair, I think what happened was, and they talked about this on the stand, she was only getting $5,000 a month for child support, which is definitely on the low side. We're talking about something like a 50 cent.
That ain't got nothing to do with the.
No. Hold on. Let me finish. And once she approached Diddy agreed to start giving her, paying her rent and giving her $10,000 a month or something for rent. But you have to do this. So I think that she wasn't necessarily like that. But when put in a situation okay, how do I get money? Because it's not like she ever worked. I guess she was oh, I could do OnlyFans, but I guess Diddy was no, I don't want you doing OnlyFans. So I was okay, well, I don't want to get a job. I want to maintain this lifestyle, because I've seen her out in parties and stuff like that, All-Star Weekend or whatever else, And
you think it came down
this
to
is the
money?
only way I could do it.
And she just got with it.
Well, because she had never, let me tell you, because Don the dealer was the one that met with her first. And he explained it step by step, and she was with it. She was clapping and ooh, okay. But she wasn't yo, I'm telling you. She was ooh. And she said from then on, she became the ringleader. She would have put on this. She would have special underwear for him. No, we're doing it this way now.
But listen to what you're saying. I don't believe he knew that side of her.
Well, I don't think she knew that side because Diddy introduced her to that side.
Oh.
Yeah.
He unlocked her.
Yeah. He turned her out.
Pandora's box.